Alright then, welcome to my 944, my second 944. The absurdity to even tell you this right now is actually insane. I bought my first 944 3 years ago. I completely rebuilt that car. 300 plus hours went into it. I did some really cool road trips with it to the south of France. I road tripped it to the Dolomites. I even went to the 75-year anniversary meet of Porsche here in Switzerland this spring, and that car for me is just perfect. Now besides that, I also still have my 911 G body in the color Prussian blue that you've seen in one of my previous videos most probably, and I must say it has been awfully quiet around that car, around any news about that car, and that is primarily because I can't get the car registered yet. Yeah, the car has been sitting with Porsche Classic here in Switzerland since I think June, so pretty much 5 months since I haven't seen that car last, and it looks promising. Maybe we will get that car registered and road legal this year by the end of the year. But of course that leaves a big hole in my wallet, unfortunately, but the car is definitely worth it. And then we have this. This is a 1982 Porsche 944 in the color Guards Red, the same color that I already own. Yeah, how did we end up in this situation? How do I own a second 944 now? So I was looking around for 944s for quite some time, because the market is usually pretty much the same every year. The 944s have become quite expensive over the last couple of years, and usually by the end of the year the cars get a bit cheaper because some people need storage, or they don't have the storage to, you know, store the cars for winter, and that's why they sell it. And usually you get a pretty good price here in Switzerland, and that's how I ended up with this car. I found it in Switzerland, so it's a Swiss car, has been in Switzerland all the time. It only had 2 previous owners, and the last owner who sold it to me had the car for I think 25 or 30 years. So he has this car pretty much all its lifespan, and you know, the car has been maintained at Porsche all the time over the past years. It is pretty much in really good condition, except the interior. As you can see, the steering wheel here, some 90s tuning happened in this car. We have some Koenig bucket seats in the car, and some weirdly red parts over the interior, but I will change that. I will do a bit of a different approach on this car than I did on the previous 944. So on the previous 944 I went into a slightly direction of tuning, just slightly modified, with the wheels that, you know, by the time have come quite rare actually, and the prices of these wheels have gone up significantly as well. And then with this car I'm going to go 100% original. We have the original wheels, everything, so I'm gonna make it 100% stock, and then see what I will do with this car. But as you can see, it's in perfect condition. The clutch feels different than the previous 944, but I mean, just listen to this engine, the 4-cylinder engine. What's special about this car in comparison to the other 944 that I have is that this is a 1982, so this is the first year they produced the 944, and it doesn't have power steering, but really that is not an issue at all, because you really only feel it when maneuvering around. And the good thing with my other 944, I had to swap the entire power steering, so I had an issue there. So yeah, this means that we have one issue less to worry about with this car, at least. But yeah, I mean, to me the 944 is such a cool car. I've really also enjoyed my other 944 because they're super agile, and they're sort of running low below all these 911s. I mean, 911s have become a huge trend. I myself own one, so yeah, falling into that as well. I mean, they're amazing cars. It's just a massive trend. The prices went up insanely, and I believe that the same will happen with the 944. Probably not in the same range as with the 911s, since there still are more, but look yourself. It's really hard to find good examples still, because a lot of these have been modified or not looking well. So yeah. But yeah, as you can see outside, it's an autumn day. We have 5 degrees out. It's getting colder again. So the main issue that I have is storage, right? I have my BMW, also my 2 Series, so that means 4 cars right now. And I have rented 2 additional spaces that you've seen in the intro to store some of my cars. And we still have our shop, but Frankie obviously also has some cars. So logistically, this is a bit of a problem. So I'm gonna move this car to the shop right now, because I'm gonna work on it during the winter. And when the 911 gets back, I'm gonna have a bit of an issue. So I was telling myself that I would be ready to sell my first 944 if I get a good offer. And I've had a few offers this year or the past couple of weeks for the car, and I've now decided to let that car go. So my first 944 will go to a new owner. I've spent an incredible amount of time building up that car. For me, it's perfect. It's time to let that go and continue on with this 944. I know how everything works now. I know pretty much all of the car, so that shouldn't be too big of a thing. But yeah, so just to give you an update how everything is going with my Porsches. Winter is just around the corner, so there will probably be a build video coming soon again. And in the meantime, yeah, if you have any questions, shoot them down below. If I get my 911 back, let's fingers crossed, let's hope by November, December, I will for sure make a video on that and explain everything on how yeah, the issues we had with the car. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you very soon.